Hi everyone, it's Vacha here from recordingstudio9.com and thanks for joining me again. And today I have someone special with me which I will introduce to you, to everyone. And this is the first time I have done an interview in my home studio, and I do have a special guest that has arrived from LA, and he is Johnny Jordan, the legendary Johnny Jordan. And he's here on a visit from LA, and I thought what a good opportunity to spend a few moments with him, getting to know him, years of musical experience, and he's also here to help me out with some of musical compositions and so on, and we'll use this opportunity to tell you all about him to you all guys. Johnny, welcome to Australia.
Thank you.
And Sydney.
Thank
and
you.
Hope you're enjoying your stay.
I sure am. What an opportunity indeed. This is my second time in Sydney, and I'm just having a great time.
Yes.
I never expected this to be interviewed, but
Neither did I.
well, okay. What you want to ask?
Well, I know this is your second time, but the first time you came, that was probably about over 20-something years ago.
22 years ago.
22 years ago, and it was only for a few days for a concert that you played. Now, maybe we should ask you about your background, how you started in music. So at what age did you start music?
I started when I was 7, and I started off with the accordion. Mm-hmm. I played the accordion for approximately about 6 years or so. Then I started playing guitar. Guitar. 2 years later, my parents bought me an organ. Mm-hmm. Started playing organ, and then basically that was it. Came to America, mm-hmm. and I studied music, harmony a little bit here and there. Mm-hmm. And then I got into the so-called new modern electronic keyboards, mm-hmm. Electric piano, and all sorts of synthesizers.
Yep.
And that's my thing. I got busy with that so much that I almost forgot everything about guitar and flute that I tried to play once.
Uh-huh. So you tried multi-instruments.
Yeah, I ended up here, and so that's what I'm doing. I have a band, actually 2, and I'm working on the 3rd band. I have a 8-piece band that I do casual parties.
That's back in LA?
Back in LA, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Or wherever they can afford to, bring my band.
Yes, yeah.
Then I have a 2nd band. I play smooth jazz and funk music. Mm-hmm. Again, back in LA. It's a 6-piece band. I play keyboard and I sing. I have a bass player, guitar player, a drummer, percussionist, and a female vocalist. And recently, I've been putting together a trio. I play keys, and I use drum machine. I play left-hand bass because I like to be as lively as possible. And I use my guitar player on the guitar and a sax player. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Again, basically I do smooth jazz and funk music, mm-hmm, plus other stuff.
So I guess it all depends what the mood, what the occasion is, and how much they can afford. So you've got all available bands there, covering a wide range of financial situation.
Exactly. I play whatever they can pay for.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is these days, I guess. You gotta sort of have some sort of a budget, what you're planning music for, and then be able to compromise and adapt to that.
That's right.
That environment. Now, I know you probably have played around the world.
Yes, I've played in a few countries in Europe, and almost every state in the United States, mm-hmm. Canada. Mm-hmm. That's as far as I've been.
Okay.
Hopefully someday I'll be invited to play here, have some sort of performance. So.
Well, good.
I also have to mention that I also recently have put together a solo act.
A solo
A
act.
solo act. Yeah, I use the drum machine. I play left-hand bass, and I use keyboards with different sounds, and I sing. And by using the harmonizer, it sounds pretty full.
Yeah,
You know.
I would say so. I mean, how many keyboards you would normally at
Keyboards,
usually
physically two keyboards.
two keyboards? You
But
would-
I could do the same trick with just one keyboard, but I use at least 3 different sound sources. Plus the drum machine, of course, is another sound source.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
As far as every musician, it basically composing and arranging, more like arranging music as they playing and so on. Have you done any compositions, any arrangements for other than?
Well, composition is not really my thing, although I have a few compositions here and there, but I haven't really presented and produced any compositions. My thing really is to arrange and rearrange. I usually take old songs from 60s, even 50s, 80s, 90s, what have you, and I arrange them my way by using different styles. Piece here, piece there, put them together, whatever I like, and that's my thing.
I guess having an 8-piece band that give you quite a good range of arrangements you can do for the music in question. I guess with the songs. So
in my 8-piece band, sometimes 9-piece band, I have a second keyboard player, and I write string lines or some keyboard lines. I'm the main keyboard player. I play chords, I sing, I play the melodies, solos, improvisations I do, and I have a guitar player. I write lines and chords, and the rest is up to him, how he improvises. Bass player, a percussionist, a drummer, and
I mean, as much as you know, all of my arrangements and compositions that I do is on keyboards because pretty much I've been sort of one-man band myself and doing those things. But I still believe having, multiple people as part of the band, as each player is expressing themselves through their instrument, it just sounds more lively. I try to arrange it with the keyboard as much as I can, playing all the different instruments separately on each track as we're doing a multi-track recording. But it's still just me, and now that you have come here and I have, you've played on my keyboard, I can just sort of see, wow, so much different. The same music, the same song, where I play completely differently to how you play. You seem to have more of, more freestyle jazz and, feel to the songs, where mine are more, straight to the notes without much of other, sevenths and diminished and sustains and all those other things in there, where you seem to play it, smoothly.
Well, you have to realize that my style came from the fact that I use different musicians with different backgrounds. And every time I asked a musician to do a certain improvisation on a song, I heard what they did and I was inspired by it. Maybe sometimes they didn't do exactly what I wanted, but definitely they helped me to make up my own style. So working with different musicians really is an advantage.
I mean, that, as I said, that's a good advantage that you have that option there. We're over here, I guess, in my environment, there's not much choice available for me to play. I did join a couple bands before, but you really have to be able to communicate and work with the other people. And if one or two not they're not communicating together, it doesn't work. So how do you keep a 9-piece band working together for so long?
I tell you, to me, it's so important that sometimes it doesn't matter if one musician is not playing much in a song. As long as the person is there, he or she gives me energy. And I can do my work a lot better. If I'm improvising, I can do better. If I'm playing chords and singing, I can be a lot more creative. And it's unbelievable. I cannot explain this to you.
What about any personality crash that there might be there, as you know, with the because you manage your own band, right?
Yes, yes.
And you sort of look after all of the arrangements of the band, what they want to, what they're playing. So how do you keep that personality crash happening? Not happening.
Well, personality is very important. When I, ask somebody to play in my band, I talk with them, beforehand. I introduce myself, my character and all that, and I tell them exactly what I want. You really have to tell them what it is that you want, because they might be, very educated musicians, but they don't know what you want them to do. So you tell them that, listen, I just want you to play rhythm, for instance, and I want you to adopt a certain kind of style. I want to be rhythmic. I want to play a gypsy tune. So I tell them that you have to put yourself in the shoes of a gypsy, and maybe they know how to do that much better than me. Maybe they ask me, what should I do? So we get into that. And and they tell me that they're learning from me, and that gives me a lot of inspiration. So that's the only way to really create that healthy communication. And once you have communicated enough, at the end you can go back and listen to your recording and say, well, this is what I wanted, or I'm not satisfied, or what. But there has to be some talking involved. You can't just ask somebody to join.
Because you need to, I guess, be able to really trust that person to do exactly what is expected of them, but at the same time putting their feelings into it, their improvisation and their thing. So
exactly. Most musicians who played with me, they've played with world famous singers and performers like Aretha Franklin, Santana, Yanni, So there are musicians of that caliber.
All right. Okay.
And so they are ready to, talk, communicate, and they're already.
So they're all experienced. It's not sort of being picked off the street. They already have the experience of working with, big sort of
names.
Stars.
That's right.
Okay. Johnny, you have played, I know you have played with quite a few international performers, singers,
Yes.
With bands. Can you mention some, like how far back do you go?
As far as playing with international singers, it goes back to 32 years ago. I played with quite a lot of Israeli singers. God bless his soul, Zohar Argov, Shimi Tavori, and many others. Then I've played with lots of Iranian singers. And Armenian.
And Armenian ones
Yes.
as well, yeah.
That's
I
right.
remember, I think, as we mentioned, this is your second trip. The first trip you came to Sydney, it was for a concert for...
It was a concert. I came here with Shahram Shahpare,
Uh-huh.
the famous Iranian singer. And again, he's one of the Iranian singers I've worked with. And then, of course, I've had my own band and project for about 29 years now. And I sing in a few languages, including Farsi, Armenian, Spanish, Italian, English, French. and
Multilingual.
multilingual. And that's my business now. I do private parties. That's what I'm hired for, to sing different styles. And basically I play dance music. I make people dance with my 9-piece band. With my funk band, they can dance still, but I play a lot of
Small listening pleasure.
yeah,
Easy
people
listening.
can sit down and listen to me there. I do a lot of funk music from 70s, 80s, and so forth. And I play at clubs in Los Angeles with that band. Basically, I'm a Los Angeles-based band. Although I've traveled, as I said, different parts of the United States. But I live in LA.
How challenging do you find to play, let's say, Iranian or Persian music, which is completely different to, Israeli music, which is different again, to playing funk and to playing, let's say, Armenian, and then Spanish and Italian and so on. So how different and how challenging is that bit?
Well, funk is an international language, let's say, style. You can make a 6/8 sound funky, or a 2/4, an Arabic, just like an American or European song. So I use the same elements that is used in Western style funk, and I incorporate them with Eastern harmonies.
Okay. So how does that go with, let's say, Israeli music?
Well, Israeli music is basically Middle Eastern music. It's a combination of Greek, Arabic, and again, that funk idea can be used there very much, and it gives a lot of rhythm to the song, and people enjoy dancing to a funky kind of a rhythm.
Yeah, I can just sort of just imagine how that combination, that fusion of the two different genres of music, that it can create.
Definitely, it happens at a level of just rhythm and harmony also.
Well, Johnny, is there anything you'd like to add into this interview?
Well, I'm very thrilled and lucky that I happen to be here at the right time, at the right place, to see you and go through this interview.
Yeah, I know you weren't prepared to this interview, guys. I just asked him.
You can say that again.
I just asked him for an interview.
Hopefully next time I'll be more prepared.
Yeah. So this is actually your first interview, is it? For
yes, basically. Well, I've been interviewed by Iranian and Armenian television a few times. But hopefully next time we'll have a keyboard and I'll show you a few things.
Oh, maybe you can do that now in my Nikki later on.
No, I doubt. Maybe I have to be a little more organized. Let's keep that for next time.
Okay, I'm pushing the buttons now. Well, Johnny, it was absolutely pleasure to interview you. Thanks for coming to my recording.
Thank you very much.
You are here for a few more days, and I'm sure you will have a lot more fun here, enjoying, and I will be learning a lot more from you as well, hands-on. And anything I learn, I promise you guys, I will pass it on to you, and I'm sure they'll be very valuable. And thanks for.
Thank you very much, and also your viewers who seem to be watching you every week, right?
Pretty much every week. I'll try to make a video at least once a week. As you will see in my YouTube channel, I do have lots of tips and ideas of how to record things and how to connect things and how to adjust things and experiment things, connecting things together which haven't been done before.
Yeah, I've seen a few of your videos. You're great in in promoting a product and
Yeah, if I buy something, you know, I definitely, if I like it, I promote it. If I don't like it, I say it at the end. I don't like that one. It doesn't work. It's a waste of money. You know, I'll do all those sort of things as well. And I think this is probably one of the first, maybe not the last interview that I can do. So hopefully we'll do a lot more interviews as more people like legends like yourself visit me and dedicate their time to pass on the all that information.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
for
once
having me
again.
here.
Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so that way you're always kept up to date. And if you like the interview and if you like Johnny, give me the thumbs up. That way Johnny knows that you liked his interview as well. So until next time, thanks for watching. Cheerio.
Bye bye.